Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Apollo Justice, or still don't know exactly what order that's supposed to go in. Last time, we finished episode 3 technically, and now it's time for the final episode, and I'm kind of excited because that means I can go into Persona 3 Reload. That and just to see where this game goes. And that is the whole truth of this case. Wait, what? Huh? Mansion system? Well, this is different. It's gonna flatline, isn't it? Was not expecting the gunshot, but did this happen in a hospital? In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. Early, yeah, it's a little bit. Is this case gonna take place in the metaverse or something? Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. Hello, dumb boy. Welcome to the stream as well. Oh, that's a fancy gun. You don't need to shoot multiple times. Trucy? What? No, that's Trucy's father. And now you stand ready to begin the final chapter of this story. Who's this? Wait, what? This is the finale? This episode itself probably will not be the finale, but it is the final chapter of the game. Will the defendant be found? I can read that. The decision is yours. Oh, hello, whatever your, what's your name again? I don't remember your name, but I remember who you were. October 7th, 10:37 a.m., Right Anything Agency. Hey, Apollo, look on TV! Look! Yeah, kinda busy. Oh, look at that! He's Last Greymore, right? Amazing! Your uncle person? Apollo, you should be watching this. Oh, ow! What? Did she pinch Apollo or something? I was writing about our last case in my journal. He has a journal? Find out about the killer, Mr. LaTrouse? Yeah. It was that shark band member, whatever his name was. The guy with the really big hair. It was really long. I don't know how to describe his hair. Players are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago. It's a long story. I did a lot, you know. I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Drayton, yep, that's his name, I think. I just am terrible with names. Right now, I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lamore disappeared. That's right! Uncle Valent did that illusion, too! But you're missing him on TV right now! Yep, it is, Would you start playing for P3 Reload? Yeah, I am kind of excited because it's gonna be my first Persona game, and she's supposed to be in school, she's 15. What stream yesterday? So I had a lot of homework yesterday. I got most of it done. I got everything possible I can get done. I am waiting for my teacher to respond to an email I sent to him because a program suddenly just decided to go, hey, I'm just not going to exist anymore, and I can't download it myself. It came pre-downloaded on the virtual machine I got for the class. So I have to email him about that, because otherwise it's impossible to do my work. Just getting to the good part. Suppose I should watch a little TV with her. Yeah, you know what? She's homeschooled. That's why she's not in school. Yeah, and it's the same reason why I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow, because I'm going to be at college. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. What you're now seeing is rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here in our own very own Sunshine Coliseum. How much do you want to bet we're going to go there? The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Gaviniers concert was. I thought it sounded familiar. Reviews for history. It is definitely fun as well. Only 3 more days until a miracle happens here, right before your unbelieving eyes. The legendary True Greymore performing for the very first time in 7 years. Alright, so one of them's the uncle, one of them's the person from the picture, and the other... Could that be Chuchi's mother? You know what the Binding of Isaac is? I know it's a roguelike, but, like, that's about it. That's gonna be great! And so that, yeah, one of the people's in the top left of the screen right now. Something's gonna go wrong. In the opening to the chapter, they showed someone getting shot in a trio of magicians, and it looked kind of like Trucy, so it could be that woman who dies. You and Dad are coming, too! The legendary Greymores. If Trucy's real father were still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles. I got the tickets and everything! How did you... $70? Wow! That costs more than this game! Here's yours, Apollo. Magic show tickets received. Squeak, I want to look at the ticket. I don't know why. Be fun on stream. I mean, I've seen my friend play a little bit of it, but it had a bunch of mods installed. Never been too interested in it. Anyway, are you ready, Apollo? Ready for what? For what? For the trope. Grand magic show. It's not like I'm getting up on stage or anything, as far as you know. What are you talking about, Apollo? You can't enjoy magic if you're not part of what's going on up on stage. I'll lend you my spare costume if you need one. Huh? You mean, I can't go in this? No. Doesn't get more straightforward than that. I've actually been up on a magic show before where basically the trick was you put your hands in something and it effectively was a guillotine, but it just went right through my hands instead. I actually was quite scared. Still fun, yeah. I've never been interested in buying a device. It looks interesting, but at the end of the day, it is just a roguelike, and roguelikes are kind of similar. Ah, you're here. Working hard or hardly working? How have you been? Hey, Phoenix! Hey there, stranger! Not exactly the kind of greeting I'd want to hear from my own kid. Though he has been gone a long time. I'll go to Trucy. Here, I got a present for you. Yay, pudding! I love pudding. Oh, pudding is nice. Ooh, it's farm fresh. Do they make pudding at farms? And not just one pudding, but 3 whole cups. I'll have to pace myself. How much do you want to bet Phoenix intended one to be for me and one for him? Well, I'm beat. That's right, Dad. You're on a top secret mission. You gotta take it easy with the secrets, you know? Alright, it's right. I know, like, I'm saying the core mechanics of roguelikes are pretty much the same. You enter a dungeon, collect upgrades, usually have some sort of attacking, die, respawn. General gameplay mechanics are different. I know, I need to do that, I just haven't had a chance. To be fair, this week was going to be my busiest week with college homework, so I should be able to work on it soon. So you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it is time. It has something to do with you, anyway. With me? Ooh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission, too! Hey, Apollo, go kill this guy. No. Maybe you can be one of those guys. Interpol agents? A spy! Okay. Can I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. You've heard the jury system, correct? Like what we have here in America, I think? She acts like she's 10. Trucy does act a bit young for her age, but she also was literally, like, given no supervision. Also, hello, Hydro. But Trucy has literally just said, hey, here, have 20 bucks and go do whatever you want. And she's just allowed, like, Phoenix obviously keeps her out of trouble, but she just is allowed to do pretty much anything. Like, she has pointed 2 separate guns at us. And said, oh, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. That's right, the new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Apollo? Huh? Maybe. Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The jury system, huh? Ah, presenting, are we? I did my fair share of that back in the day. I got my attorney's badge a lot, too. You should play Undertale Yellow on stream. Joseph, the game I played before this one was Undertale Yellow. I played every route except technically the false pacifist. Show my attorney's badge a lot, too. He may look cool and calm now, but you should have seen him before. You know me too well, Juicy. Glad I tried this opportunity for a little family bonding. Okay, you just say the same thing. We only have 2 items. Why do they have to be different? Sorry you missed it though, Joseph. So Dad, what's this jury system thing? You didn't see it? I mean, I definitely did it. Give me a sec. Just give me like 1 sec real quick. I'll put the playlist for chat. You should play Reload. I am after this game. Here it is. I'll put the link to the Undertale Yellow playlist in the chat real quick, just because. There's the Undertale Yellow playlist. What's this jury system thing? Well, Juicy, you do know what a jury is. I've heard of it. Isn't it that people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who decided that the guy's innocent or guilty? Do you know Apollo? Only from TV. It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? Oh, they're thinking about reviving that system. Calling the new system the Jurist System. Now we're doing whatever you like, Your Honor. Not quite that harsh. The jurists cooperate with the judge. They help and analyze the case from different angles. And there will be only 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Can't use your move on me. The thing is, Joseph, Bravo might be able to, but I literally copy the moves. I could literally copy your move if I wanted to. I am the streamer. I have that power. Anyway. You know your stuff, Apollo. Your findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now. I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show. Starring Dr. Wright! Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and mascot Apollo! The perfect. Hey, why do we have to be the mascot? Mascot, hey! So, what is this secret mission? The jury system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like this system are always risky, Apollo. Too true. Mute Mario. Unmute Mario. Everyone's got an opinion, and they just talk and talk, and nothing gets decided. It's kind of like you, Apollo. I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're gonna give it a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurors. I gotta be one of that nut. I'll be the one helping that process, incidentally. Helping how? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the Jury System Simulated Court Committee. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurors, candidates, even the judge in the courtroom. Wow, it's like you have a real job! Way to roast them, Trucy. Was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Unmute the floor. What do you mean, unmute the floor? Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. Simulation? Huh, sounds interesting. So, not an actual trial. At least it's that. So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Murder? Well, since it is the first run-through of the new system, I wanted something simple. Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious. True, the case is a murder. That's not simple at all! By simple, does you mean that the defendant is guilty? Yes, most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you. Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway, no sweat. How does this turn into a real case? Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potently serious sentence. The most serious in a worst-case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial. That's a real trial. All the forms have been filed. There's no turning back now. Trial begins tomorrow at 10 AM. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I the only hearing about it this now? Yes, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Something that happened last night. Is this a real case? Go a picture of the corner. I don't even have a picture of it, Robbo, so I don't think I could really do that even if I wanted to right now. You should buy the sun so you unmuted. Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission. But what about this? The True Gamer Grand Magic Show! Oh, right. The card tricks. They're not card tricks. They're grand illusions miracles, the apocalypse, heaven and earth will shake. So what? That's 3 whole days from now. It's at Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go today. We can say hi to Uncle Valorant. He might not even be there. Epic Helper Solo 3 Real soundtrack came with him. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. I'm interested in that. Have fun. What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing. Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's not telling me. Yippee, now you can take me to the Coliseum. Suppose it wouldn't kill me right now to pop over there. Ah, Graymore. That reminds me. What's this, Dad? Isn't that Silk Hat the Graymore's seal? Consider it a birthday present, Trucy. Thanks, it's great. How much longer until Trucy's birthday? But today isn't my birthday. Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. That's where it is. Permanent unmute Joseph, unless I want to. I think, right. It's a Recycle Your Plastics present. Yippee! So it's plastic! Game soundtracks. Golly, of course, the soundtrack comes with the game. You can only get it in the game. You mean it's just normal playing the game, you hear the music. Is that what you mean? I've given up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So what is it? Plastic? Can I open it, Dad? No. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. And I'm never telling you when. Someday soon. But never exactly when. Don't open it until then. You can yell again. Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then? Because that would be the logical thing to do. Do not open it until the time is right. And what about the gamers, huh? Hold on. Do not open it until the time is right. Can I open it? Stub your toe? Never actually done that myself. I heard it doesn't feel well. See the final case of the game. I don't doubt that, but... And look here, a handwritten signature. It says, I can't read it. That seems odd to me. I mean, isn't a signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it? Isn't it enough if you read it, read your own? Oh, I never thought of it that way. I want to open it. I'll kill my... / reflect. I guess. I don't know. Here, Mars. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Normally I would investigate this stuff, but you're just throwing me in the deep end here, Phoenix. Now, of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? All goes well, then yes. Of course, it's just a test. We wanted everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, as it were. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember? Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose... I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good. That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What? Then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial, all of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo. If I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility, for good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. Makes sense. If you can get her to talk. Is it Lamore? Well, time's a-wasting. Why do I have a feeling it's Lamore and she's only going to speak in Bulgarian? The review copies were reload came out. The game reviewer site listed one of the bad points of the really quote, not Persona 5. How is it? Oh, so hi, Flowey the Flower. Hold on. How is a bad point of a game not being another game? How is that a bad point? The entire point of a game is it's not this game. It's the game it's meant to be. If that makes sense. Probably doesn't. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes! Maybe I should complain. I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us. You know, the minute we got angry, the client will show. It always works that way. Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and they're standing right behind you. Oh, guard! Is our client going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Have you already started the meeting yet? Huh? Hold on, you're the person that fell at the stand. Eek! I'm just getting criticized like I did. Yeah, like, I might check them out if I'm doing, like, if I need to for some reason, but I usually never have a need to. Where'd you come from? The window. Well, anyway, please have a seat. Why does she look like a Fire Emblem character with a thing on her head? I don't know what that thing is called. She kind of looks like Lucina a little bit. I'm nervous, Apollo. It's the silence. It builds suspense. It's been 30 minutes since we entered. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you? That's right. Okay. Mr. Hat is back! I'm the amazing Mr. Hat! Thud. Did she pass out? She passed out, yep. Called it. Miss Magic Underwear might have been a better bit. The underwear's back. No! That's Magic Underwear. I love how this game calls back to its other cases. See her? Doesn't ring any bells? Does anything I say ring anything? Put Trucy on trial for murder. Why do I feel like she's gonna be the suspect? Introductions? Hi. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know? And by fate, I mean Fire Emblem fate. And I mean destiny, and... Did you know I'm good with astrology? Tell me, what's your sign? Sign language. Please actually speak in sign language. I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo. You got put on trial. Honestly, Flowey, there's a reason to put you on trial for what you did in Undertale. No, never mind. I just got carried away there. I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seems. Can I at least know your name? So what's your name? Oh, right. I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo. Apollo Justice. Why won't you say anything? And I'm Trucy Wright. I know, this is getting nowhere fast. Hey, I know. Maybe you can tell us what's happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately? Well, the other day, this tourist from out of town stopped and asked me for directions. Trucy. Did we ask Trucy? No, we didn't ask Trucy. We asked the question mark character. Later, Trucy. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. Though I think I understand despair a little bit better now. You did good, Apollo. I mean, sure, I'll hand it to you. That's cool, but what is it? Look, she's doing her nails. What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. Bigger planned. Hey, if they put a parrot up as one of the as a witness, then they can arrest a plant. Narcissists don't have the right to be put on trial. Wait, hold on, wait. Excuse me. She said something. Could you read this? Sure. He said a pun. feel like a teenager on a first date. And this is the love letter we passed from desk to desk at school. Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo. It's a business card with a name and address. The name is Vera Misham. The address is for Drew Studio. And you're giving me this card because... Because I can disappear now. Well, looks like we're finished here. Alright, let's look at the card then. What a pretty business card! Looks like a postcard almost. And on the back, just her name. That seems odd to me. Huh? What does? Why write your name in the front and back of the card? Why not use the space on the back for a self-portrait? Or characterage, I think that's the word is. The people would remember what you look like, too. That's not a bad idea, actually. Here, give me one of your cards, Apollo. Don't draw your face on it. She's drawing something. Hey, my hair's not that spiky. We have business cards? I wonder if Drew Studio is the scene of the crime. Let's go find out. We can go directly there from here, at least. Oh, pufferfish. Yep, there's the body. Wow, this looks like a studio. It's like life imitating art, or maybe it's the other way around. But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring. Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene. Apollo, look at all those paintings. Hey, don't touch those. You get paint all over your clothes, and that can be annoying to get out. It's okay, I'm just looking. Touch. Ace Attorney, one final case flashbacks. Why do I feel like these are going to be related? Is that a peach? Apollo, look at this one. Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath. But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Yeah, good point. That is odd. Wait, we got our paintings? All paintings have a really distinct style too. Why are these evidence? And why do I think there's going to be something in the back? Huh, no. Paintings have a really different style too. I thought I might find you two here. Is it Phoenix? Oh, hey, Emma! Emma, long time no see! Munching your snackadoos as always. Oh, seems like I run into you far too often. How would I know why you're here, too? You cast Thunder Spell! I don't... Roll the hit, I guess. But I know why you're here, too. How about the trial simulation tomorrow? I've heard about it. Sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh? You don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Mission. Not in here yet. Mission? And his daughter was put under arrest. So, oh yeah, they do have the same last name. Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center. It was funny though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could commit murder. You don't say. Not even by poisoning. That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning's a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. Really? Poisoning? Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snackadoos. We can't talk to anyone related to this case this time around. Which means we better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. Hey, so you want to talk? No. I do first off. I want to check this thing out. Hey! There's a painting hidden back here! Hey, you're right. What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it? Certainly seemed pleased by the possibility. It's so normal. It's the same one as the other one, but different. That's hardly something to get mad about. Huh? What is it, Apollo? Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. I better get a professional opinion on this. Hidden painting out of the court record. Alright. So, this looks like nighttime, because this reminds me of, I think it's called Starry Night, the painting. And this just looks like a daytime version of it. Oh, you can even see a bit of the back of that other painting in this one. Oh, look at this painting! You see the rough sketch. Oh, it looks like it was only half completed. Huh, that's funny. Do the rough sketch and the finished painting look totally different to you? They do, actually. What's that all about? It thinks you're around here? Nope. That's where the body was! That's the spot where Mr. Drew Mincham passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting over there? Must have been working on that right up to the moment he died. The Iron Folk Tale, I think it's called. Okay, the peach makes me think of either the Monkey King, or I think there was some kind of story where some kid was like, or some kind of like Japanese folktale or something, where some kid was born from either a peach or bamboo. I don't know which one is exactly. There's also James and the Giant Peach, I think it's called. Wow, true artist to the end. Maybe he started a year ago and was procrastinating. Well, here's the mug. Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug. Aha! The poison was in here! This is my first time seeing a real poisoned mug of coffee. I would hope so. Poisoned coffee. Not exactly, actually. Just the rim was poisoned? Is that what it was? What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee. What? You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself. I'm officially not on your side, after all. Coffee mug add to the court record. Did you play Pokemon Violent? Oh yeah, and Petulant. Oh, I'm sorry, hold up. Oh, we're already on 2 pages of evidence, and it is 30 minutes into this chapter. What does that, well, what does it say? Cuffrey's mission, yep, his name, that makes sense. Anyway, oh, guess I dumped the coffee out. Hey, look there! The stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about. Someone tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. It's paint. Did he just eat paint and die? No, this is the stain probably. Better ask Emma. Just dumps the coffee back out. So this, Drew Mincham was some kind of artist? Apparently. Did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. And had a lot of female fans too, for what it's worth. Oh, well, I guess his stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance. Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Was it his daughter's? So it was a standalone painting or something is what she means? He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone till the end. What do you mean, to anyone? He was always locked up in here in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he put in that letterbox there. Letters? Do people still write letters? What do you mean, Apollo? I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? Not Mr. Misham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. So what you're saying is, he's old. Maybe he thought that was more artistic, you know? The entire letterbox was ripped off the wall and added to our court record. In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here, let me get the daughter, was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? The suspect, please. We took some fingerprints, of course. Only ones found in the room were Mr. Misham and Verda's, basically. Basically? Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. Happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever? Couldn't you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? Alright, this interviewer is suspicious. So, this woman, Vera. She's Mr. Misham's daughter, right? Yep, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura. she was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her out to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company. For a good luck charm? Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I ever get a normal client? Hey, what are you talking about, Apollo? You have a magic bracelet. Why does shut-in daughter kill her own dad? Don't look at me. So about the poison. It was found to be in his coffee, right? No, not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. Also, we're ignoring the fact that Phoenix said not to talk to people about this. And yet we're questioning Emma, which means talking. Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. Guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for a good artist. And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview. At around 9 p.m. every night, Brandon always made him a cup of coffee. Last night he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died? Did he actually die though? She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? He wasn't near Mr. Misham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Oh! Well, that's different than the other half of the room. Supposedly that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Bet Emma could help us out here. Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo. Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking. I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at crime scenes? What is it we always do? Scientifically. Ah, you know me too well. Okay. Okay, meaning we can get, scientific now? I suppose just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Alright. Mug. Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue, residue on the rim. Yes, well, it's just a rumor. But I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. Pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma. Right. Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science! I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma. It's not a hobby. So what kind of scientific stuff were you up to? This spray, that's what turns blue when it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug. That's right, see? Wasn't in the coffee. Filler applied it to the rim of the mug itself. Wow, science is amazing! Certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. Hey Emma, we got some snackadoos for you. They say flattery will get you everywhere. Certainly we're talking to her a bit more. About poison analysis. Was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquine. I think that's how you pronounce that. Atroquine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. Oh, I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most virulent poisons, but absorbed into the body astonishing slowly. Takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. 15 minutes from time of ingestion. Then how did it kill him instantly? Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown... That's fine, really. We don't need to know all the gory details. I think I get it. You just spray this stuff on something you want to test. Right. Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try it too, Emma. Pretty please? You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course. Yay, let's give it a whirl, Apollo. Ah! What are you doing? She sprayed in my eyes. I was just seeing if you got a reaction off of you. I'll just for a reaction. Never do that again. I'm not poisonous. Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand. That's toxic. There's a difference. Let's just get down to checking for real poison, shall we? Oh! Hey, that mug's not poisonous anymore. So we get to use it on the entire scene? Door handle. Where's Trucy? I want to spray it at her. She did it to me, I gotta do it back. Okay, they give me this. There's gotta be something I can spray. And also, how much spray do we have? Is that a frog skeleton there as well? Like, here. Too bad, no reaction there. I'm sure Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second. What's it? What is it, Apollo? Did you spray that little desk over there? I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know. Let's check it out, just to be sure. I have to get closer? Really? Aha! Dick! Reaction, Apollo! Doug! Where? The inside of that cute little frame! Look! Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy. I'm known to work magic! Never mind that I was the one who found it. Tiny frame added to court record. Frame measuring 2 inches by 2 inches. Bear traces of the deadly poison. Yep. Why did the inside of that frame have poison on it? Looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case. Looks like you have to take this back part off first to put a photo inside. It'd have to be a really small photo to fit in there, true, and not pale bluish stain. It'd have to be poison on something like this. Well, there's one obvious reason. Whoever put poison in the coffee rubbed a bit on here too. That's not very obvious, Trucy. Oh man, can I not open it up? Oh man, I wanted to open it up. Whoa, wait, I didn't take the mailbox, I just got a picture of it. I wanted to present this to you, actually. Emma, I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Look, I'm a detective. A detective. You can't just ask me any old thing and expect an answer, okay? I think you need to be a little more focused in your inquiries. Scientific, even. Somehow I knew she'd get around to science. So I have nothing else I can do with you. Sunshine Coliseum it is! Ooh, this is it, Apollo! The place where magic and dreams converge! Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converge! Let's go say hi to Uncle Valorant! What about the case? Hi, Valorant! Only you perform laughs like that. Young Mr. Trucy! Often I hope we meet again. Only to tell myself it was an impossible dream. Uncle Valorant, how's it going? I'm glad to see you, too. Of course you are. Humility is definitely not one of his strongest target traits. Well, Miss Trucy, how did the day find you? Come get me flowers. Do it after the show, I beg you. Actually, we came to wish you good luck. Congratulations on your big magic show. Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky to witness miracles such as the one I shall perform. Yeah. You're amazing. We get the picture. Oh, watch it. Wonderment as magician's illusions are reborn. Here on stage, my hand! Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Greymore Miracle is back after a 7-year absence? Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his. Dad's. My co-magician in training, Zach Greymore. If that terrible thing hadn't... It's okay. Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Balan Greymore, would have been proud to stand upon this stage as his assistant. Thanks, Uncle Valorant. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think, we get to see the Great Mad Chief's illusions again. She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? Yes, and to think you were the reason why we almost didn't get someone else murdered. No, that, what am I saying? The murder case. To think your trick almost messed that up in the courtroom. As well. Yeah, I lost track of what I was saying mid-sentence. Mentor, the magnificent magician, added by Greymore, was a true deity among magicians. Creator God who gave birth to magic and illusions that divide the very imagination. I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound. Guessing that memory was a little bit embezzled. For 7 long years, the world's been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Greymore Trope secrets, falls to me to provide one. It's my God-given destiny. Yes, you nameless face who speaks to the nameless masses. How can I help you? Did you really forget who I was already? The world was waiting. Why'd you hold off for 7 long years? Either the lad is uninformed. As you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land. I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic. The performance of Magic's miracle was impossible. The copyright had to run out. Certain law prevented me it for 7 years, but no more! 7 years. That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it? Hold up, I think in a past Phoenix Wright game, wasn't there something that said, like, a case, if it was, like, 7 years old, it would just be forgotten about and dropped? Is that why? And why was that? Little matter called performance right, Miss Lucy. Can you tell us about these performance rights? Magnetism and magic relied on an incredibly inconvenient idea. Or innovative idea. A trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such was protected by property laws. Isn't that 50 years after death, not 7? I guess copyright may be different in other places. Intellectual property, maybe? Magni knew this and big huth in his will. To one person. You mean him? Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Greymore was the inheritor of the Greymore miracle. Dad, yeah, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly 7 years ago. You can see where the story is going. As a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct? In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your completeness well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years. Ah! Yes, Miss Trucy. Though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. That's dumb! I get why they're saying this. But it's dumb. The absence of a formal will. She gets over mighty mentor Magni passed to me. This was in fact secreted by the will of Magni himself. Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently. So what if we find him again in Eternity one final case of the... Or he's brought up? Yeah, I know about that. I think in another Phoenix Wright game, I think Maya's mother was in a similar scenario with her disappearing. Maybe? Dad. You gotta have a reaction to your ticket. Challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well! Give it to me! It's your own ticket! No, thanks! All magicians like this? Apollo, what was that look just now? Just thinking how hard it is to get any information out of a magician. What if I show you the envelope you sent Trucy? Was wondering if you could tell me about this. Why? Where's the Greymore seal? Why do you have it? Uncle Valorant, is something wrong? Trucy, where did you get this? Dad gave it to me. Your dad? My partner's here. No, no, no. My other dad, Phoenix Wright. Why now? Why is your Lord Dad? Lord Dad. That's kind of stretching the whole interesting a bit. This I can upon the back. Do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Graymore. What? Dad signed this? I'd be so bold as to open it. I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's this on the envelope? What's in this envelope, I wonder? Now I want to know! Alright, back to the detention center, I guess. Yep, that is what I had to do. Ah, you're here to see Baron Miss him. Yes, that is right. In the medical office at the moment. Medical office? Is she okay? Just lying down. Said she didn't feel so good. I'm sorry, but I can't allow any meetings at the moment. Most annoying client ever. Guess we should come back. Alright, that means I must have missed something here then. Hey Maya, can you forensic science your way through this envelope? I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Nope. I guess there's this entire area over here I did not check out at all. Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. He's got like 20 kinds of red. We can repaint your suit, Apollo! No! How about we repaint your neck scarf, Trucy? How about this shade of green? That'll be enough of that, thanks. Let's take a closer look at this dusk here. Why is it a different angle than last time? This is Drew Misham. And this little girl wants to be Vera. Yes, they took that some years ago. They look close. A happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. That! Look, I was personally against that, okay? Just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. Right. Also, the introduction of the big bad of this game, then he needs to show you all your evidence in a random piece of evidence found that leads to the person being convicted of the murder. Yeah, like, all of a sudden the autopsy might be randomly updated, because that's never happened in a Phoenix Wright game before, ever. Especially not the first ones. I wonder why there's poison on this tiny frame. Very strange indeed. Wait, I know! I bet it was poison from the time we bought it! Haven't you heard about some kind of green paint being toxic? I don't think they sell that kind anymore, and the poison was... I'm never gonna be able to pronounce this poison correctly, am I? A tiny mysterious poison frame. Yeah, still use the... I've actually written with this kind of pen before. I'll explain that in a minute. Is this a journal? Wow, talk about a clue! Let's read it! What is it, Apollo? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he? It's new, he didn't write a single line. You had me going for a while there. Anyway, as to this pen, I actually had a time in, I think it was grade school, like maybe 6th, 7th grade, probably before there, where we basically, the entire class got to go to a old-time school that was, like, back when everyone was in the same, every grade was in the same classroom, it was just one classroom, and we got to write with this kind of pen, with the ink, we gotta, like, do everything, and the thing is, my grade was like, oh yeah, what you're supposed to do is just write out a bunch of words, and you're supposed to do a certain amount. However, due to my dysgraphia, I can only spell like 5 at the time. Because, you know, I can't spell, because dysgraphia is annoying. Hey, Apollo, what's this feathery thing? Isn't that a pen? Old-fashioned quill pen? But it doesn't have a pointy end. That was most likely for sweeping features off the desk. Wow, you sure know a lot, Emma. Bold and scientific. That's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? What's in here? This envelope has been opened and resealed. Ooh, I know how to do that! You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. I was told just to lick that thing. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh? Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? The postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago. Why do I feel like this is related to Trucy's father now? How did someone open a letter and then seal it again? Better hang on to this. $52.19, whatever, that makes sense. Apollo, look, it's been opened once here. You're right. I wonder if there's some way we can see what's inside. You try to get it open, then stick it back shut. Alright, let's not tamper with the evidence, shall we? I've got a better idea. Emma, let's ask her. Why can't we just open this? We have a simple solution. And we're like, hey, let's ask the forensic scientist on how to open a letter. Something about that way the figure is posed. I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. So you're making one of your flamboyant gestures. Please, I'm a professional. Wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? Emma, about this. Oh, that. Yes, why that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy. Oh, the Infinity Monkey, welcome to the stream. Did someone open this, didn't they? My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean, you know what's inside the envelope? You opened it, didn't you? Looks like Sonic found dead game. I mean, you're kinda, except we have actual meetings on who the killer was. Sure, I read it, after all. You mean you're the one who ripped this open? Please, I'd have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Now I have a powerful weapon at my side. Water. You get the letter wet, you can see right through the paper. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard of that one. Good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at a dentist? That's right. At least, that's what I call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated than the X-ray specialization drawing or whatever. Something, how am I supposed to remember all of that? So basically, it lets you see inside things, like envelopes. That's right. You're sharp to see, just get an MRI machine. Use that to look inside the envelope. I've been in one. And you've ever seen definitely so to reload. I'm definitely curious about that then. But it's a bit more complicated than that, in practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works, scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma, please? I suppose. The thing is bigger than I am, so let me just pull it out of my pocket dimension real quick. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo. Yeah, what are you doing? Using it on us again, huh? Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair. But it's like lead. Point that thing at me anymore and I might fall out. No, the god Apollo's got a proficiency in truth. Apollo just really got a poetry, healing music, playing, so proficiency in truth. That's why his name is Apollo. Oh, that is cool. That's cool to know, Infinity Monkey. Things are letting me know about that. Point thing, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. The infinite loop. Let's just get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test it on a sample first. Just so happens that I have a lottery ticket right here. These are the sample and device like so. I don't see anything. Patience. There's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. Layer view? I get what it means. You gotta display it to the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker just to have you give it a try. Turn that dial there with R up, R left, R down, and R right for me, would you? I see how this works. That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something. See, that's how you can read the letter on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except, I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.5 microns. It breaks cards down into layers, so it can only show what's written on that layer. Not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why you go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. Rubbing like going over the image with L up, L left, L down, and L right while holding X? Why do you know the layout of my controller, Trucy? Detective name is much some procedure, yeah. There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now, turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it, too. Yeah, I get it. We just keep doing this until after we got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more. So I actually do like this mechanic. I just hope it doesn't appear up like way too often. I can see what it says clearly enough now. Which helps the player what to do, yeah. There. A winner is you! Okay, let's print this one out. Woo! I'm a big winner! See, this is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? I do like this minigame, though, like I mentioned. I just, once again, wish they had a better way of saying it than, press these buttons. I hope this machine gets like some kind of comeback in another Phoenix Wright game later. Deposited how much money? Let's print this one out. Mr. Drew Misham, I deposited the $100,000 in the designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Someone deposited $100,000 in Mr. Misham's account? This painting must be really valuable. There's another page in there. Here, take a look. You bet I do. If you're gonna read someone's mail, you might as well read it all. Here goes with the second page, then. I mean, we're already looking through this guy's mail. We might as well look through all of it, right? Oh, so I've definitely gotten the hang of this. Let's print this one out. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. So it was a letter about payments for one of his paintings? Are you getting a park ticket? Wanna go rob a bank? Wait, what park ticket? So it's like about one of his paintings? Wireless Earsy though. And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it had something special significance to him. Well, Emma? Well, indeed. I want to try putting Emma's bag of snackadoos into the machine. I don't know why. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping, mum about it. Choose these logic. Yeah. So, Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came here for a story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow. Here, I want to use that thing, by the way, on those paintings in the back. I thought so. I'll never forget that face, but what was his name? Oh, right. Rochelle. Rochelle? He's after a scoop to sell to the papers, so a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed? Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that leaves one other person. It wasn't Valen Greymore by any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. Got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valen Greymore. Looks like I'll be heading out to that Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want. Alright. But can I scan these, Emma? About this painting. Oh, that's quite good, isn't it? That's not what I wanted to ask you about. You want to examine it, is that it? I'd be happy to let you if you had a good reason. Without that, sorry. I guess she wants us to do a little footwork on her own first. No! These paintings are gonna have something inside them! I know it! Let me scan them! Oh, and this too while we're at it. You know what? Just scan the mug. I want to scan everything. I also want to present this to you. You're not usually going to make it disappear. I also love that laugh right there. I kind of choked in the middle. So a journalist was here on a story. Oh, as the universe are upon my stage. A pencil to commit his mysterious to paper. His name was Brushall. Brushall. I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it. Brushall, that always smelling of mint when he smiles, yes. Could you tell us more about him? What did he want? The yellow hat looking. All right, George, we're gonna get curious with this magic show. You are the star of the show, George. A man by that name called on me just now. Just now? Mountain's vision is always towards tomorrow. Mountain's feet step away forward. That is all. That's all? Very confusing. I am to perform a big magic show, yes. I wanted someone to cover it. Yet he had ears only for that incident. That incident? 7 years ago. Let me guess. That's when it was? In case I requested the conscious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died. What of it? It is with a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Greymore. Uncle Valorant, do you know where the reporter went? I recommend you visit a place as popular that penalized palm traders. The passive Curious George, maybe. Curious George was a great show. What happened to it? Like, I don't think it probably has ended by now. But I used to watch that show all the time. I remember an episode where Curious George was wondering why he could not blow square bubbles out of the square bubble blower. The detention center. It was a rude individual. I see that card. Sure. It would tear apart my respectability, I'll tear apart him. Oh, here it comes, Apollo. Talk about a big magic trick. Is he gonna fix the card? Not sure it qualifies big magic. He's not gonna put it back together. What happened to the big magic? It's no more miraculous for it to stay ripped. Must have really not like that journalist. Now the time has come when I must return to make my resignation preparations. By your leave, Miss Trucy. Thanks, Uncle Valorant. 3 days from now, make ready for a miracle! Are we gonna end the game by watching the show? Please say that the end credits are over the show. What do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valorant react like that to this envelope? I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit. I can't go to the detention center straight from here. Why? Give me a stroke reading. I also did mess with my mic settings a little bit, so it might just be the mic messing up. I might try changing the setting real quick, just because I want to see what sounds the best. I'm gonna try that, see if that's any better. I think I hear what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money. End quote. No, not at all. Looks like someone's already meeting here. Maybe the reporter? What the? Hey there, how you doing? Who might you be? That's... sorry, we didn't know someone was already here. Why do you look like that? Something about this guy's design, to me, is just... why? I don't want to look at... I don't want to keep looking at you. I'm apologist, it's attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey. I think we found Curious George. Oh gosh, why are your teeth so like that? You're Justice, you! You know me? Do I know you? Of course I know you! Mr. Clean with blush on. Stares down when it's on stand till they spill beans, end quote! That's not true. What's he writing? And why is it on his arm? Are you a reporter by any chance? Wow, you're Trucy! That? Am I famous? Oh yeah. Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her underwear. And that's so not true. Why does he have a toothbrush? I mean, we've seen his teeth. Gotta keep those fairly white. Hold on to your breeches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So good. I think I know what's going on here. The garden rooms is my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote. Now, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I got work to do. Oh yeah, the Infinity Monkey, you weren't here during the first case. For context, Trucy is a magician. One of her main magic tricks is she basically takes out show underwear and pulls out things out of them, like tires, whole chickens. Probably per people at this point. And it's just one of her tricks. There was the entire first case that literally was the thing that saved us. I'm not kidding. We got work to deal with them. Did you come here to interview the guard? Ooh wee, what a pickle! Accused wouldn't talk, had to interview someone or go plumb crazy! End quote. Eh? Was I should have guessed. Where are my manners? Name's Rushel, Spark Rushel. Nah, I'm not picky. Journalist, just close his eyes. Waitress ends quote. That's that nauseating mint smell every time he grins. What is with his teeth? Pulls things out of her underwear. Not the one she's wearing, but just show underwear, yeah. Sometimes shaming to the Zest Fest. It's how you've been interviewed by me. You don't know what chilling is. Why do you brush your hair with a toothbrush? Well, romp through crosslands of mayhem, madness, end quote. I can see that he's writing something again. I wonder if he's a reporter. Maybe he knows something. I don't want to talk to you. I don't know why. So, Mr. Brushel, you're a journalist. Look, let me state one thing for the record here. Yes? I'm the interviewer. You understand, yeah? I'm the one asking the questions here. End quote. Okay. For instance, you think a movie director watches movies? Well, I think he probably does. Exactly! I knew you'd understand! Huh? Why? Night of the crime, yeah. So, not of the murder. You were at True Studios? Who, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record. Yes? I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy, real busy, always on the road. Journalists always buys one-way tickets, never look back, end quote. I can understand that philosophy, but you don't know one thing about one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport. True enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too? Exactly, see? It's the same thing! What is? So, you went to do a story on Drew Misha? And you never had a story done about him before? That's right! Look! Let me state one thing for the record here. What? I'm sure you're gonna want to know about my source. What tipped me off to Drew? Why do the interview in the first place? Well, yes. Look, it's like... Oh, I got it! Hey, there's this burglar from this fabulous ketchup! You think the burglar guy's going to tell me where he got it? At the supermarket, maybe? Exactly, see? That's what I'm talking about! Chronically insane. I'm gonna be honest, this voice is also... I'm not sure if it's actually doing much, but this voice is actually starting to make me a little bit dizzy. I think I may have actually understood that one. Well, there is nothing I can talk about, really. Walls have ears, eyes, especially glass walls with speakers, end quote. Alright, guess we'll leave then. Ah, but since you're here, might as well tell you a tad bit of news I just saw. Just for the heck of it. Why do you see the shine of his forehead? Oh gosh, you're right. Something that... Why is this model getting more and more unsettling? Who decided this was a good idea to draw? Sure, tell us. Just for the heck of it. I remember. It was like yesterday. I seen a movie on a trip and wandered into this burger place with amazing ketchup. When an article in a tablet caught my eye. Famous oil painting stolen from Art Taylor Gallery, end quote. I believe it was. An oil painting? Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. Painting of a giant peach floating down a river. Hold on. I have 2 of those. And a pufferfish. The glass wall can hear him. Yeah, I mean, okay. There's not glass walls in here. It's a prison bar. He's referring to the camera, isn't he? So, why did your nose turn pink? Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach? Journalists can smell a scoop better than burglars, end quote. Can I leave now? I'm gonna have to show you this. Ah, right! Let me go on the record here. Yes? I know what you're gonna say. Russell, take this! Write brilliant column! End quote. I don't think so. Look, buddy, I write brilliant columns about one thing! And that's food! Also, out of curiosity, what does zest mean? And can you stop spamming, please, Infinity Monkey? Try to understand. What could he possibly be writing? You didn't listen to a word I said. Let's try the other one. Right here. Yeah, nope, the same thing. Wait, wait, I just realized, you're a food journalist! Alright, just get him off my screen, please. Oh. Ballard's gone. Oh well. Also, I need a drink of water. That voice made my throat dry. Well, how'd it go? Find anything out? Actually, there was one thing I wanted to check with you. It's finally gone. I know I'm gonna have to see him again, though. What's with that scary face you're making? And that's the... what's with the I know something, but I'm not telling face you got going, Emma? This painting came from behind that dresser. Ah, yes, so it was stolen, no? I was hoping you wouldn't figure that out. Do you think you could tell us a bit about this? I suppose. It's what you think. Jumisum was a forger. So he forged all of his own paintings. That's why the sketch is different. A forger? And why'd the music change? So what exactly is a forger? Well, basically, it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words. Fakes? Copies of an original. Exact copies, so precise you can't tell them apart. Well, why not just photocopy them? The big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as the real article. It's a crime, of course. So, Drumism was a criminal, I'm afraid so. He received money to create elaborate forgeries to supplement his work in illustration, I guess. I see. Actually, that's why I brought this thing here in the first place. Can we finally scan the pictures? What do you mean? When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath can be a valuable clue. Though the rough sketch is like practice for the real thing. Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage. But not in the case of a forgery, not necessarily anyway. You know what the finished product is going to look like after all. Oh yeah, I guess you would. That's why I brought this. I'm going to use it to see what's under the paint of the finished pieces. I get it now. Not that I really needed to go to such lengths, seeing as how one of the paintings is only half finished anyway. Still, do need to see Mr. Masham's rough sketches. Kinda like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking. True, that would be interesting. And maybe viable for a case... So, did someone spend money to buy one of these fakes? You should try buttering her up, Apollo. Flattery will get you everywhere, they say. Maybe I should ask him to help us out. Hey, Emma! I kinda wanted to see the rough sketch under this painting. Who's dead? Wonder why your tool might do the trick. Drew Misham is dead. And this is his daughter, who is the prime suspect right now. Running through the tool might be the trick. Someone. Oh, fine. This is time, though. Let's check it out! I get all three. I like how they give me that option. Oh, that looks different. Wrong way. I want to see what the rough sketch looks like compared to the actual painting of all of these. I'm more curious, like, ooh, what is this, though? Okay, let's run this one out. Hold the phone! This is Phoenix's match in the first case, technically the tutorial. But Phoenix was playing cards with one guy. What the heck? Wow, he really blows the finished painting. It isn't anything like the rough. Devices like mine didn't exist until recently. Rowley thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted for the rough. What do you mean? Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch. Composition? In other words, traces of charcoal between paint and canvas. So you could tell if there had been a rough sketch. But not what it looked like. I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting, since pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely, and do a completely new painting on top of that. So Mr. Ham was drawing whatever he wanted before painting over them? Possibly. Is there a problem with that? Not particularly, but something about the sketch itself is kind of odd. You're awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo. You think we can check out one of the other paintings? Well, sure. You like this detection stuff, don't you? Let's see. What was the second case, real quick? Phoenix. Then it was the ramen cart. If this is the ramen cart or something related to the second case, then I am going to be really confused at what's going on. It is the ramen cart! Okay, let's put this one out. The gentleman moving the ramen cart. Oh my goodness, so everything we've done to this point is coming together. This one too. Oh, that's cool. What's wrong, Apollo? You look so serious all of a sudden. You think I could just look at the last of these? Fine by me, knock yourself out. Oh, I am. This is really cool. Let's see. This one is going to be on a guitar on fire or something, maybe? Because this was Mr. Roman Lettuce's death. Yep, there's the stage. I gotta print this one out. The guitar, not just the guitar, the entire person's on fire. What? What the heck is all this? I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. You sure your device isn't letting some kind of strange radiation? Excuse me, look at these 3 sketches. Do you notice anything? Phoenix's card. Oh, I love this. The rabbit card. Yeah. Oh, those are the past cases. Yeah, and I absolutely love this. There. Now you're both wet as sheets. What's going on? These sketches are of the 3 cases I worked on. What? The murder in the poke room at the Beauchery Bull Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then the events that transpired during the Gaviniers concert. What could it mean? Is this guy the mastermind behind all of it? How could he have drawn those things? Yeah, and why? Because he would have been drawn before he was killed. Oh, this is cool. That's what I want to know. Wait, is Drew Misham your father? No. Give me a break. Does that seem even remotely possible? Oh, I love this. Oh, this is cool. Never even heard of Drew Misham before. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. But they were my cases drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them. It couldn't have been a coincidence. Didn't pull the camera. Yeah. So, what do you have to do with me? The chapter's in here, so I'll explain in a sec. Yeah. So, the second case of the game. Someone was pulling a noodle stand, and he was shot dead. That'd have been a cool name. Yeah, but he was pulling a noodle stand. But I want to know what's happening. This is amazing so far. December 8th. Yeah, I don't care. Get me in there. Hello there. Wait, hello there, prime suspect. How are you doing? No, you're Vera, right? I'm Chuchi. Chuchi, right. That's right with a W, but, not right? Oh, I'm excited. We're on your side. You can tell us anything, please. Good morning. You're confused? She speaks! This is an even bigger shock than... I forgot what name is this. Freddy's beat. What's going on? I don't know, but I'm all for it. Not bad, not bad. But I think you do better with a little smile, you know? You're so pretty. You need to sell yourself, you know? Trucy, let's take it easy for starters. Thank you for taking my... Oh, that's... She drew a smiley face. So she has trouble expressing her emotions, so she uses her canvas. I really like that. That's cool. Okay, well that's a start, I guess. And then there's this thing I made a hand joke about earlier. So she goes with the nail polish again. That's great, really. It's so culture. She looks a bit angry. Wanna try? Ooh, really? Girls. The victim, Drew Misham, was a forger, and a stolen painting was found in his studio. A life of crime, really. And maybe one that led to his death. Let's go, let's go, let's go! October 8th, 10 a.m. I want to start this case! Let's go! Well, we'll now thinking that trial of Vera Misham. Is the judge okay? His voice is all raspy and he's looking around all nervous like... The repercussions of this trial will most likely be felt for a long time. May indeed alter our legal system forever. Today is the test of the justice system, and the first step towards our new order in our courts. That secret mission, the jurors will function like a jury. It is hoped their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will. Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom? 3 closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times. The jurors have access to everything that transpires. Jurors, Judge Well and Judge Cool! Now see here, Prosecutor Gavin! I was gonna say that! My apologies there, Judge! Now, jurors, today and... Judge today's trial coolly, if you would be so kind! The jurors are unbound by the letter of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but their feelings. And we're about to find out just what effect that they're going to have. Thanks, Infinity Monkey. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin, the details of the case, if you would. Victim is a painter, Drew Misham, who was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned, by whom you ask? By none other than the defendant, Bear Misham. Oh, I just realized this is Cavalier's theme, and I really like his theme. There wasn't any poison in the coffee. A-ching! Someone had been doing their homework. Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself. The mug residue was found on the rim, I see. Autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death. The court accepts this evidence. Death 9:30, 9:30 p.m. I want to check that out better. Go on to this report. Yeah, let me check out this first. 2 male time of death, October 6. Yep, we got it. So far, the autopsy has kind of been pointless. I think we might have used 1 at one point. But after that, no, it hasn't been used at all. Also, they're keeping the hype up with this theme. Victim's death was caused by adequate poisoning. Chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere 0.002 milligrams. Touch of attic in the body is the touch of the Reaper's scythe. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin, you may prevent your witness. After you today, a simple man for a simple case. Oh wait, the hype has been lost because I'm gonna have to do this voice again. Man who witnessed the murder of it in its entirety. That journalist, no doubt. Right, how did I do his voice again? The witness will state his name and occupation. Oh gosh, Gavin's guilty left song in the background. Yeah, that's because right. No, what voice did I do for this game? Right. Hold on, how did I do it? I forgot. Also, my throat is a bit sore from the judge. How did I do it? I don't remember. How did I do this guy's voice earlier? I had it nailed down earlier and I've forgotten. Right. No, that wasn't it. Nope, not again. No, I'm just gonna... Well, for starters, my name's Stark Russell. There we go. My job is a lone observer of the world. In other words, a freelance journalist, right? If you don't mind, I'd like to state something here for the record. Yes, Mr. Brushell. I dislike conclusions, specifically the aspect of jumping to conclusions. Preconceptions make park sandbox of endless desert waste, end quote. But you're a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday. Well, that's true, yes. But you must understand, I stand before you today, a man with a dream. His name's Brushell. He has a brush, a toothbrush. His hair is a brush. He is literally a brush. Okay, this guy. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. Hello, Kate. Welcome to the stream. Goop turns Mr. Brushell into that Mr. Brushell. End quote. Let's hear testimony then, shall we? A similar case, eh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out. I went to the studio around 9 that night to do the interview. The first outsider to enter the altar. Journalistic history made. End quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. We would snap like a stick. He is thin. And you know what happens next? Star falls! End quote! No one else entered the room besides her the whole time. That does sound like a simple case. Unless you were the one who poisoned him! What? What are you saying, Judge? Need to remind you, the cameras are rolling today. I don't need to be a bit dramatic. The judge feels the heat from the cameras. You didn't do it, did you? Millie, Dot, come on, that's like Newsmaker making the news, end quote. Or even contemporary witch hunt, end quote. I know, wild accusations, rock courtroom, end quote. Rock indeed. Prosecutor Gavin sure looks like he's having fun. I'm so happy for him. Very well, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please. I visited the studio around 9 p.m. that night to do the interview. The first outsider to enter the altar. Journalist maker... Oh, wait, yeah, I don't need to do the voice here. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I hate this guy the most. But his voice is probably the easiest one for me to do. Hold it! 9 that night? Isn't that a little late for an interview? If the great painter Drew Masham says come at 9, believe you me, I'd go at 9! The first, and it's as it turned out, the last interview was such a prolific painter! Alright, can you tell us what it was like when you arrived? Hold it! Yeah, whatever. You were the first reporter ever into the studio. Perhaps you will look back on that night as a turning point in journalist history! A basically insignificant step for all mankind! But a giant step for that Brussels guy! End quote. Because he had an over... It was a Pepto-Bismol. Is that a... Also, something else I'm trying to figure out about his character. Is that a beard? Or is it like paint? Or what is with this guy's character? No one on the outside ever had access to the studio. That it would serve the reason that the deed was done by an insider. Which means Vera did it. So how did this epic-making interview go? Also, I don't even know exactly what Pepto-Bismol is. I just know it's some kind of medicine. Time for his coffee right after we started. Yep. Would you mind being a little more specific? Ooh wee, let me tell you, I enjoy a cuppa, not a beard. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade. No, wait, 4th grade. That's not what I meant. It's toothpaste. I believe I know what that forehead is driving at. This coffee the victim served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it? Right, that's what I was gonna say, really. Well, now, if you got a question to ask, you best straight up ask it. That's what I tell you all the new recruits. Several times necessary. Credit for a grade schooler. That's my motto. Which isn't to say you can only write grade school level stuff, mind you. Not pink, nice and liquid. Oh, that. Oh, I know what you're talking about, dumb boy. Who touched the coffee? Don't know. I was in the back, looking at the studio's equipment when she served it. And what happened next? And you know what happened next? Starfalls! What does that mean? What's this about a starfall? Starfalls, huh? It's like an old telegram. You know, I wouldn't mind there being a waterfall called Starfalls. That sounds interesting. Then money, over. So, you don't know? That's like a journalism code word. An important person it passes away. A star falls. Get it? But there's no gravity in space, is there? I wouldn't think stars could fall, really. Does this matter? Oh boy! This is good stuff. Good stuff! How about a star breaks? Nah, lacks punch. I know. Star dies. Nah, lacks imagination. Of course, you could go with Jew dies, straight to the point. I like it. I think we need to hear about something a little more substantial. About when Mr. Michigan passed away. Oh boy, what a scene that was! He puts his coffee mug down with a crash, right? Yes, and then the cold finger of death touches his spine. Life's flame sputters and falls. So cold was that touch, he could do naught but tremble uncontrollably. Actually, Life's flame is a little tired. Life's river froze over. Yes, that's a go. I think he's starting his article already. Could you describe that a little more simply? Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say. Our procedure is final performance. End quote. Activating paralysis his central nervous system. Body arches back like a bow. That's quite enough of that. Don't burn it. Yeah. Someone's going to be able to sleep tonight. Oh yeah, well I want details. Lots of juicy details. I can listen to our last year's hit single. Ad Cream, My Love by the Gavineers. It'll be on all major music outlets. Born here is the victim died of ad cream poisoning. Well, Mr. Justice, how'd you find that testimony? So I can swap this out whenever I think. I can get this back later. I'm gonna go non-important for now. You think the moment of Mr. Grimm's death would be important? Mr. Marshall's story really didn't tell us anything we didn't already know. Very well, please continue with the testimony. I think it was gonna be that one. I just have to choose the right one. You say that for sure. For sure, sure! I'm sure! True Studios isn't a big place, kiddo. I didn't know if someone else had come in. What if they had been hiding in there from before? Objection! Even if someone had been hiding in the studio, they hardly could have poisoned that mug without anyone noticing. You think I, Spark Marshall, would miss something as obvious as that? No way! He sure makes it sound exciting. I guess that's his job. Only one more moment we need to focus on, really. The moment when Drew Bishop died? Exactly. There has to be something there. Seems like he's drinking a bucket full of liquid eraser. Ah, that's not how... Oh gosh, I hate that description! Hold it! Strawberries, yeah, The Stars coffee are separate than Brussels coffee. You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too? But did you actually see him drink the coffee? Course! He who sees it wins it, but he who says it wins it bigger! End quote! I live in a man-eat, dog-eat, dog-and-writes about it world, yet... I guess I can't say I saw him drink it, really. He had one so-called sip of that. Man puts lips to the mug, drinks, end quote. That poison is quite virulent, I hear. My stomach did a so-called somersault. Since I gulped down that coffee without so much as a second glance at it. Wait, maybe something's there. Some kind of so-called trick. Anyone want to venture a guess for the record? Does this guy have a pause button? Well, Mr. Justice, did you find that testimony valuable? Sure. Drank his coffee, then immediately fell over? Oh, yes, you can go to the press with that one. Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add it to the testimony. Very well, the witness will add this to his testimony. Vital, right! One sip of that. Next moment. Yeah, because didn't they say it, like, takes time to pass out? Yeah, I don't have anything that would show that, actually. He took a sip, or he didn't, and then fell over? Oh yes, indubitably! Just like that! Wham bam! So Mr. Mayhem drank the coffee and fell over immediately. And I think Bristol's telling the truth, too. Should I get him to talk about something else? Not poisoning it? The poison was on the rim of the glass. Looks like the liquid eraser. Please don't say that. I don't want his character model to look any worse than it already is. Also, they still got the coffee in this cup. Not anymore! I already made that joke, I think. Get back, welcome back, Cake. Let's try this one just to see what he says. So you drink the coffee that Versa served you to. course, when someone serves you coffee, you drink it. That's what my old boss always used to say. Never did get what he meant by it, though. But you're still alive, which is to say, you didn't die? Is this guy's over Stickler any day? Who's Stickler again? I don't remember. Of course not! No point in falling before you're a star! End quote! It's not exactly what I was getting at. So the character design? What were you getting at then? You know the poison was on the bin, not in the coffee. Oh yes, yes! There are 2 cups on the tray she brought. And one of the cups had Drew's signature painted on the side. No chance the guest would take that one by mistake, I guess. Well, Mr. Justice, was that important testimony? I don't think so. Let's drink the coffee too. This is gonna lead to much. Yeah, well, please continue with the testimony. I think it is this. I don't think I have the evidence to show it. Because the poison takes like a bit of time to activate, I think. I'm stumped already. Wait, did you say his butler? Or no, daughter. Who was his daughter? Wrong button, I did not mean to press. You know what, let's see what the other 2 who make the testimony say. Overcomplicating a game. Yep. Already heard this, I just want to change your testimony. Talking about the coffee, the witness drink, I'd say that that is important. Just add all 3 of them to the testimony. Very well, please add that to your testimony. Yeah, we're good. I drank the coffee too, but I'm not dead yet! Hello, Aiden Evans, welcome to the stream. The music in this game is good. Got a mug? Objection! No. Your Honor, that statement, it does not. Maybe you meant on the last one. Hold it! Copy, put it down, yeah, sweat George in my throat. Oh, I haven't done this one yet. Ah, yes. Right, I gulped down felt that sweat scorching my throat. But you say the victim took 1 step and fell over, and you still kept drinking? Of course! Drink your coffee. When it's hot, never when it's not. That's what my old boss used to always say. Never really knew what he meant by it. Should I get him to have something else? Yeah. So you mean this when you said drink the coffee, alright? Doesn't get upset in the environment, yeah. And it does until Mr. Gavin steals away the music, at least, with his own theme. Guess I can't say so I'm drinking. Yeah, we heard this. I just need to change the testimony. You know, let's press that one. Let's go. So now present the mug? Objection! Okay, that was it. What was his boss and copy? I'm not sure. Gavin's theme is wrong. Gavin's theme is probably one of my favorite themes in the entire game. Yeah, I do agree with that. It really does rock. Entire testimony think you might cook something. I already got it. Also, I just realized your icon is Deku. Oh well. You know what I have a problem with? A particular property of the poison used. Atticorine. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, so... Oh, Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. Lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drink that, even human justice will be reduced to equivalent bile. Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. What's a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information? An omission? Ashbane is a mutant. Violent, I think he said? He says... But death doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately. That's because Acrene is slow acting. Slow acting? Whoa! According to one forensic scientist, who shall definitely not be named, it's one of the most virulent poisons, but absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. He's at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. His overtaking is not yet. If we suppose at the moment Mr. Mishaham slipped the copy was when he sealed his fate, then he would still have had time left to enjoy his last cup of joe. He was somewhat silent. Oh. Virulent. Alright, thanks for the tip, Aiden. Oh no! What's the meaning of this? If the defense says it's correct. If the defense says it's correct now. But that contradicts the entire testimony we just heard. Well, Mr. Russell, anything to say on the record? Slow acting. Slow. What's a vulgent, alright? Even then, it had already begun digesting its claws to the journalist. He's working on his scoop. No, this theme hits yet.
Objection!
He's from the older... He is? Was his name in the older games? It's Brushel, Jack. Here, Brushel, let's take a trip back down memory lane. Huh? Did the victim really die the instant he took the sip? Think it over, this is vital. You know what I think? I think that was a not-so-subliminal suggestion. Hello, Ronnie, please. Welcome to the stream. End quote. I admit, it does cause a problem if he died when you said he died. I'd be forced to say, up with Chustelin to my simple case. You'd be forced to say farewell to your article. Come again? You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And then, as the case drags on, other reporters will pick up the scent. And you'll be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye. Hold on. Stream's struggling again. No, it hasn't struggled that often. But YouTube Studios is saying I'm having issues, so I need to check this out. What was the Smith scene playing? I don't know. I kind of thought this sounded a little bit out of place as well. Because, like, this is one of the very few old themes still in the game. Need to fix stream though. Stream is dying. Yep. Working on fixing stream. Upload speed is doing fine. Let me just get to the... Oh no, download. Let me get to the upload speed thing. I have to check this first. The suggestion... I don't know the exact names of the music. Yeah, upload speed is like at a 38. I shouldn't be having any problems. Which is really weird. And it just fixed itself. Why is it just fixed itself? Right, I'm gonna... If it crashes again, I'm probably gonna go reset the router, but it seems to be fine right now. Yeah. So, yeah. Scoop? Oh, no, don't stick your tongue out! No, please stop it! Look, wait, just a second, just 1 second! We're waiting, now with it! I think I just recalled a so-called important detail. A revival of recollection, end quote. A story survival, end quote. Eternally, utterly confused, end quote. Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I heard a poison that takes its sweet time, see? But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently. Mr. Brushel, I think you noticed something that explains what happened? You bet I am. The antidote for a poison is contraction, end quote, you might say. Or, I still have no idea what you're talking about. That was brilliant. Also, I haven't been having that many issues like as I have when I was doing my Xenoblade 2 stuff. And base Xenoblade. I figured it out, but only after an in-depth interview. Oh yeah, welcome to Weird PC stuff. It's mostly the internet, but yeah. See, thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee. Order! Looks like a liquid eraser. Why does everything you have look like a liquid eraser? I hate that you're not wrong. It's rather to tell the witness stand in his testimony. Mr. Misham died the instant after he drank. He just went from 2001 suspense to the current game suspense. Yeah. Of course, I'm standing by my testimony and my dream of exclusive rights to this story. I suppose it was too much to hope for. What was? Of course, he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him. Him? Phoenix, right? Who else? Ching Hair Pushel, report for us if you would. What is it that you notice? This court is a critical trial of the justice system. What happened? I'm not exactly sure. So, this man was poisoned. They think it was this person who is his daughter. I think it's this person who I hate looking at. So, I don't know. My opinion has not changed. I hate that guy's design. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. No, it doesn't matter the court about what you notice. Right, let's get Mr. Brush out of here. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note? That would be important. Go Phoenix gets mentioned again, but that's not about him yet, someone is. He is a character that appears quite often. We do work for him, technically, Bristles. Why? A suicide. Yes, he had this look on his face. Man's face inscribable as a quadratic equation. End quote. Suicide. Poor Mr. Musham. That means we're innocent. Wouldn't someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview? Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview? Oh. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Because of his tongue. Not because his tongue looks to be an man. I think it's because he was the only one in there. And I don't like his design. Just a goober. He's unsettling to look at. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Masham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. A letter. Okay, let me just... Hold on. This? I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note? Start pressing, boys, or I guess just me. Was there anyone at the studio other than Mr. Masham? Well, his daughter Vera, of course. What you may or might have cooked. Let me push and then I'll hear what you're thinking, Aiden. Was anyone besides Mr. Masham and Vera present? Not a single one! Not a cat, not a rat, not even a mouse! There was silence all throughout the entire house! The only person who didn't belong in that studio there was you, wasn't it, Mr. Russell? I know what you're doing! I know your game! Attorney is a classic ransom phenomenon ploy. End quote! If you intend to suggest that his reporter is a suspect, I'm sure you also intend to present evidence supporting that assertion, correct? In the meantime, let's move along, shall we? Surgery for... Honestly, I'm not a big fan of plastic surgery. But this guy might need it, and a wig. I'm gonna be Dr. Seuss. Yeah. So he put the letter away when he saw you? It was too old. Yeah, that's probably... The thing is, it's the only envelope I know of, other than, this one. Early reporter gets worm. End quote! That's my secret! Surprisingly, no one quote. I'm not sure I follow. The night of the interview, I arrive 15 minutes ahead of schedule. The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in! Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry, really? Mr. Misham sure seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter into the yellow envelope as fast as he could. Yellow envelope. We don't have one of those. I know a secret when I spot one, and that was one. It don't seem, significant. Well, let's suggest this. I wonder. Does have the ring of something important? Sure, add a testament. Please find the testimony vital, Your Honor. Very well, please add it to the testimony then. Hey, why not? My accountant comes free of charge. Because I'm legally obligated to. But it was left at a crime scene.
Hold it!
And you saw him steal this yellow envelope with the letter. Hey, don't look at me like that! I saw what I saw! Paula, you think this might be our big break? Yeah. Well, I need us to show some decisive evidence now. Yeah, I think I need to show the envelope. I want to press everything else just in case.
Hold it!
You didn't think anything might be wrong at the time? He broke it! Put him in jail! Send him away! Who cares who this murder suspect is? This guy did something illegal! We got him, boy! You didn't think anything might be wrong at the time. Hey, when I go in for an interview, that's what I'm there to do! Interview finds looking more effective than caring. End quote. He slipped up you. So, what about now? Thinking back on it, did you sense anything strange in Mr. Misham's behavior? Well, yeah! That's why I'm telling you all this to begin with! Very well, continue with your testimony. Now that I think about it, yeah, what if he was writing a suicide note? Suicide note? Well, yeah, don't quote me on it or anything. I'm just saying it's a possibility, you know? So you didn't actually check the letter? Of course not! It was sealed! Contents of can unknown, can until opened, end quote. I barely know what that means! You can always check the label. Think Mr. Misham was writing a suicide note? If he was, that would solve the case in a jiffy. Kinda makes me wonder about that letter. Alright. Push it with the brush. You see, it was a pink envelope! But not the wrong one. Push it with it. Maybe. Just so as it happened, there was a single letter in the desk drawer at the scene. Oh, in a red envelope! What? No, what the? No, gross! Why? Why can he do that? I'm not really gross. I saw really saying when I just... Why is that something he can do? No! This guy's character design is gonna traumatize me. Yes? Did you use blood and flesh child behind it? Sure. Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, no. But at forehead? It's easy to mistake the color of an envelope. I guess, but not this envelope. Has no skull. Oh, no. You see, it was postmarked already, 7 years ago. Well, Mr. Bushel, I can explain that. The wrong voice, whatever. I can explain that. Yeah. True, right? You want to get that letter in an envelope. Pronto! Get it out of sight of my beady eyes, right? Oh, you don't have to make them more beady. Just erase your combined with a toothbrush and send him to jail. I want to. To grab the nearest envelope and cram it away. He's from what's his last name real quick? Spark Brushel. That was I know it's not his time, but it was his head. That was hearing me out. Only anime can do that. And what about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump? Well, Mr. Have you anything to say about the witness's claim? That night, the victim put a letter he had been writing in a red envelope. Sure. It's entirely possible. It's not Brushel. I don't know anymore. It's just sign it. It's weird to me. He's gonna murder that well planned. I know, but Apollo. We checked the contents of that envelope yesterday, didn't we? Oh, you're right. And the answer was clear if only given a little thought. As it so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with the assistance of a forensic scientist. What? No, this letter is addressed to Drew Michelam. Oh! And why would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself? Multiple personality? Nope! I haven't seen notes! Oh god, why does this bottle look like that from the back? He probably sniffs the drink to the nostrils. He would have left Cheeto marks. Turn Matt from resource to make him into a toothbrush. I don't know, and I don't want to know the answer. Mr. Rush, can you explain this to the court? Oh, my. How could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Reporting gets old. Forgets lots. End quote. I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Russell. Well, oh gosh, please say this is not his theme. Well, that's the thing. See, after he puts his letter in that envelope, Mr. Bishop sat there searching the desk drawer for something. Okay, the theme's not actually that bad, now that I've listened to it. But still, it's way too calming. His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp! A so-called postage stamp! End quote! Stamp, whatever for! Waldemella's letter, what else? And then, why yes, I think I saw him put it in his letterbox, which we ripped off the wall to bring here. Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it in that box. All fours and crawls on the ceiling. Nah, he does more than that. He walks on all fours, upside down, backwards, like a crab walk, with his head behind his head. Yeah, he twists around. Big Daddy, you can't. Suicide note didn't encourage. You encourage. I don't know why you'd encourage a suicide note, but well, apparently this yellow. How I wish it did. But this yellow letter has nothing to do with the case. He's grasping, put him in jail. Oh, how I wish it did. Just thinking that it were a suicide note. What a story! Star writes suicide note in front of reporter fails. End quote. And as I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case. That's it. Yes, Your Honor. Makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope. His hair behind his head, and it's the what wording? Wait, what? When did I say that? I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that, but sure. Mine is more sustained than the impossible. I don't need to bring up what I was trying to make this short for today being. I just didn't have the time. $10,000 is quite a good deal of money. That's not 10,000. I don't know numbers, but whatever. Now this is from 7 years ago, yeah? So, am I finished? Am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing. Guys, he's an all the time Zestfest champion. I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know. The thing is, doing his voice also makes me dizzy, which makes it harder to think straight. Versus being the one who acts the silence. I don't mind him acting the silence, but yeah, I hate to say what should be pretty obvious to anyone. When you catch us into a story, you make that, rather unique face. Oh god, he sniffs. Come on! Attorney has active imagination. Little else. End quote. We don't even need a bracelet to see that. Oh gosh, no, don't make me zoom in on his face when I have to do the bracelet thing. Even I noticed something. My eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about. Just as active as imagination. End quote. I need a drink of water. My throat's dry again. Door wasn't bad yet. I might actually need to get more water. Please continue with your testimony. Tell about the scent of a story. No, don't brush your tongue. Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here. Usually. No, don't. No, I don't want to see that. Actually, it took a bit of a work to get the thumbs up on the interview. Reverend Levitt's story gets his interview. End quote. The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. So you threatened to go to press with his story. That's how you got your interview? Blackmail. And Your Honor, I have a scoop. Well, yes, well, oh gosh, that face was the exact emoji you just put in there, Cake. Why? Why is his face the nerd emoji? No. It wasn't exactly black. I'm not, it was white male. Did you brush your glasses? Something wrong, Mr. Russell? Look! This is my story, my tidbit. Journalist info is livelihood. End quote. I see. Well, you have me chatting away in here. What's going on out there? Where some Wally Witch stuff or Sally Scooper gets wind of my story. They could be going to press while I'm going to waste. The court feels your pain, Mr. Russell. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace. A certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago. Trucy, time to mention your father. Not Phoenix Wright, but was Phoenix's case about Juicy's father disappearing? Is that it? Oh, here we go. All right. I mentioned this a little bit ago. He brushed his tongue and then brushed his mouth. He's saying toothbrush across the thing. Oh no, no! Why is this getting worse? Why did this get worse? No! I think perceive this one. Yeah. I don't like doing this. But, no. No, I have to perceive this like a beauty. Yeah, I hate this. This is perceive. I'm just gonna start at the beginning and look over everything. I don't want to do this. Oh god, no, why are his middle teeth that big? No. Oh gosh, that stare right into the face. Check the arms. Can't go that low. Oh god, I don't like this view! Hello, welcome to the stream. No, I'm not. Who? I don't know who that is, so I'm not doing that. I'm in pain. I did not mean to press, whatever. Exactly what sort of story was this? Oh, little one, like I said. Nothing more than, nothing less, nothing in between. Nothing more, nothing less in between the input. Might suggest I had a lead on this particular story. If I didn't threaten or casual or nothing, honest. Well, a suggestion was enough to get an interview. Mr. Mitchum must really want to keep it under wraps. I will say, Aiden, could you at least give me a minute or two to look things over before I actually ask me what to do? I like to try to figure things out. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to look at this thing. I'd like to actually try to figure things out for my first before I get shipped. No, no, gosh, that is terrifying. Pain. 200 subs. I will when I can see the arms, but down like that I can't. His favorite YouTuber. Thanks. I don't know who the channel is still though, not on alt. And something tells me you're an alt of his channel. So yeah, I'm watching his face first, because that's the obvious thing. So I was trying to check something out. And I bumped my mic, sorry. I think I can see the arms here. Oh, maybe brushing his head? Alright, check the arms now. No more. I don't want to do this either, but I have to. Staring at the nose. Okay, let's do this. This is the most terrifying perceive any ever. Blink or something! Let's go on. I should rather be this. I think it might be this, but you know, I don't know. I won't watch his hand the entire time, I guess. I can check away a little bit while that's going on. It's not his hand. What's happening? I have to figure out what he's lying about. You're confused? Don't worry, you're not the only one. Especially with this unnerving stare. Give me a hint. I'll take the hint at this point, Cake, just to get out of here. Perceive what? Perceive a habit of his. I don't want to, just give me a hint, please, Cake. Check the armpit. No! Oh gosh, and that reminds me of when I was stung by a wasp in the armpit. Not gonna talk about that right now. But I just feel like to say that because of that, I'm terrified of bees and wasps, or anything with a stinger. I guess needles too. I have to check the armpits. I'm doing the left one first. But you do it. Don't worry, that's fine. This case. His forehead is so big, it makes Fry from Splatoon 3 jealous. You mentioned Fry, what about Pearl? What does she have to say on that matter? Especially with the DLC coming up in a couple weeks. Other armpit. Another slide in this brushel. Go from me. The fifth statement, check the armpits there. Alright, sure. I just want to get this one over with. Because you have blood work done. Good luck with that! I saw the sweat! I hate that sentence. This guy. Oh, good luck with the blood work, though, Reggie, tomorrow. Not much, Mr. Russell? Yeah, well, a man can't help his glands. You not, no, don't say that with what you're doing. It's more than that. When Mr. Mission's talent was mentioned, you suddenly began to sweat buckets. You're hiding something about his talent. What? That's ridiculous! I don't remember if I'm doing the same place. Evidence time. Let's show Mr. Mission's true talent lay. This happens I have evidence showing the talent mentioned in that letter. Did we really need to know that? No. Let him cook. You saw this. I don't like that. That sweat is very hard to notice. Sweat. I had a feeling, but I didn't want to say anything.
Take that!
It's gonna be this or the other one, I think. I can't help but wonder, what court is supposed to conclude from this evidence? Oh, other than that, you made a horrible mistake. Man burns bridge, forgets to cross first. End quote. Let's try that again. Yeah, that should be so hard, right? It's the other flippin' painting. Why does there have to be two identical items? This painting was found in Mr. Maycham's stooges. Why did it have to be this one and not the other one? They could have done either one, and it would have been easier because it can be difficult to tell which one you're supposed to choose. There are two problems with this painting. The first, it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second is there was another painting in the studio, which looked exactly like this one, except it was only half done. Then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. The business of making forgeries. No. Why did your scarf tie not go up here above your eye? I shouldn't be questioning that. Don't make the color negative. I don't think that makes it any worse, but still. That is all, Your Honor. I wonder if Splatoon 3 first. If you're gonna... Well, Splatoon 3 has a DLC coming out on the 22nd of this month. So, I would choose that personally. Mario Wonder, I doubt is gonna get any DLC. They're both great games, though. I'll give you that. That's all, Your Honor. Everyone, please. Everyone! Can't we keep this private, please? This is my story, my scoop! Forgery, that's a serious crime! Drew Hisham is known as an artist these days, but there were rumors that he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back. Another art meaning forgery. Drew Hisham was a talent, alright. Talented at making this precise, detailed fakes. He wants to hitting his wild. Yeah, I've never played a Phoenix Wright game before. I've seen the first couple of ones, and I played one demo for one that I think might actually be in this pack. The third one, to be specific. I'm not actually sure, though. He's a criminal, yeah. Drew was talent, right? Talent making precisely. I think that certain criminal elements were quick to discover. Criminal elements? Well, you can't seriously be talking about... Exactly! I'm talking about forging evidence! He worked for Phoenix, didn't he? Rumors started circulating 7 years ago. 7 years ago! So all we have to understand, this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for... Exactly! Forged evidence, that's tidy profit, end quote. Order, order, order! Why, it's like the victim was living a double life! This is my chance. The victim had ties to the criminal world, right? You could have had plenty of enemies who we know nothing about. This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. I certainly found no criminal connections when we concluded our investigation. But how do you explain all this money? You have to admit, there's a possibility of some illegal activity here. But there's no proof tying this letter to our case. Our case was and remains simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mug that night. And you, of course... Yeah. Hey! The only thing I poison is my pen when I'm writing reviews. Mr. Russell, your testimony at this point has been quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen. What are you talking about? My journalism is rock solid. Journalism is so solid you can stand on an elephant on it. End quote. In any case, let's hear a summarized recap of your testimony. If we can ascertain the situation in that studio from the recap, the trial is over. Paulo, what's he talking about? Cross-examination showed Mr. Russell didn't have reason or means to poison him. As long as there's no other suspects, then the killer had to be Vera. That's what. Next to most testimonies are last chance. Mr. Russell, your testimony, please. Who writes on their arm? That guy apparently and always on the same spot. How do you read anything? That has to be just pure black ink. Also with the type of pen he has. Like, look, that is not a ballpoint pen. That is an old pen that probably can... Actually, I've used one of those before, like I mentioned. That could probably pierce your skin if you're not careful. Trying to cheat on the method. Just says random things. He says one thing is proven wrong when he says another is so on you. And welcome back, Haijo. The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. You sort of at middle school? Used to what? Oh well. It was when Vera who poured the coffee. She admitted as much herself. Only thing that touched the Drew's lips during the interview was that mug. The whole quill died. And nothing left of that studio after he died. Nothing! That you get into his skin. He's getting it. He's tattooing himself. Really, the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter. The pen. That's how he remembers. That's testimony clear, silent, without room for doubt. Ah, shucks. You really think so? I just realized we can see his arm here. Just playing again. We can see his arm here. We can't see where he wrote it because he wrote it around like his joint. But there's no ink there. I get that's partially being blocked by the stand here, but we could have seen it earlier. Missed the... Oh yeah, you did miss that. I only describe as the situation that night. Well, Mr. Justice, you may begin your final cross-examination. Right. Still have one trump card left to play. And I won't let this trial until he's... It wasn't like... It was around like 20 minutes ago at most. I doubt it was that long. Alright, let's go. Bet to his skin, that's why I can't see it. Oh gosh. But that doesn't prove a buyer poisoned it. Or did I poison it? How many times have we heard that one, Applehead? Poison reached its victim via that coffee mug. And from where did that coffee come? Not to be the dead horse again and again, but perhaps you can fill us in. I'm on it. You need a horse to be. I'm a dog. Don't say that. Play a horror game. What would it be? I mean, I was thinking about playing a Mori. But the FNAF, FNAF is also, like, specific, FNAF is the one I've been somewhat interested in as well. I'm both getting far out and what writes it. Don't make this character more gross, please! Sorry for the, yeah. And you're gonna start pouring the coffee. Of course, I didn't witness it when she came in with that tray. The coffee was already poured and it's steaming. Just playing a Mori. I was gonna play Persona 3 Reload next. Let us not forget the defendant has admitted pouring the coffee herself. I heard her statement, I poured, I served, I killed. That what? What? That's probably just a little joke. I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere with this coffee mug. We need to find another weak spot in this case. But she was maybe it was that mug. You're sure about that? Well, to be really precise, like a Mori, I'll put it on. I'll see if I can put it on my next poll. Meow. I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time. One of those candies might have been poisoned. Yet at the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragments of mint filled the room. No mint residue was found. Well, poison. I know it's gonna be that. I just want to read see what he has to say. Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this. Think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee? Well, it's justice. If you have some proof, possibility there can feel it. Maybe not proven, not yet. Possibility isn't going to cut it. Not now. Mr. Ransom ingested that poison via a route other than coffee. Yes. Worse is good. Proof is possible. I gotta risk it. Ah, excellent. Let's see your proof then. Please show us your evidence. What evidence shows that victim wasn't poisoned via his coffee mug? Here we go! Time frame, let's go! He stole the silence once again! So here comes this like blind. Yeah. Must explain this over and over. We don't need possibilities here, forehead. We need proof. I know that. You also know that every proof has its moment. Perhaps you're a bit early. I can tell you what we know at this point. Is it not that? We can put nothing in his mouth with that coffee mug. Another hole in this case needs plugging before I can prove anything. What? That's not it? But first things first. Better uncover a weak spot before trying to strike it. How is that not it? Oh, the cross-examination. Okay, they didn't take a point away. So they said, okay, we understand what you're saying. That one is fair. We're not going to strike you for that. Okay. Not one thing. You're sure? Yep, sure, it sure can be. Well, with one exception. Hello, Rob. Welcome to the stream. One exception? What? Journalist Spark Special does interview. Leave studio, end quote. What? Come on. What? It's a joke. Get it? Not funny. I know, but still. You're not funny. Did something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? I've never heard something like that before. Now we've proven our witness is a comedian of sorts. Back to you, Mr. Air Guitar? Yes, you did, Aiden. I'd like to turn our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Have any idea what, if anything, might have left the studio that night? Something might have left the studio. There's a business card. The tiny frame? Maybe? Look at the archives right back. Sure thing. I think one thing might very well have left the studio that night, actually. A certain something that has vanished from the crime scene. By the way, you mean something other than our witness? Hints loading up. Cake has played this game before, so they have all the hints I might need. But thanks for the help, Aiden. Don't tell me, damn it, Sam. Believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional. Like, we don't barely pay attention to shop. Yeah, it's fair. Let's see, what you've got for us, Mr. Justice. It'll be funny if the dark humor, but that'd be funny if he's a criminal. We'll get him eventually, Riley, don't worry. Well, this thing, wasn't at this crime scene, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows how it could have been taken from the scene. The painting, no. The box, no. The envelope? The bro suffer. You just want me to suffer. Bias against the defendant? Because that's quite literally his job. It was Brussels the entire time. Well, I mean, he is my prime suspect, so... yeah. Of bad hygiene. That's not... sure. How long Jay, you're in for one of these? Just putting on makes me feel ready. He's the prosecutor. Nah, it's not the autopsy. Yeah, I think it's worth time taking a hint here. I'm not sure. I don't want it to hint, but I don't know. No, true him was a friend middle. The coffee cup? Maybe. Murder is actually the judge. I highly doubt that, but that would be a plot twist.
Take that!
Go on the mug. I find Prosecutor Gavin more amusing than this guy, really. That was comic relief. Why do I not feel amused? I mean, what happened? It's not amusing, Mr. Justice. There goes my career in stand-up. Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. And so, I'm locked here. Oh, gosh. Alright, I would like a hint, but I'm going to go for the tiny frame in the meantime. I would please give me the hint. And I'm going to choose this. Nope, not that. Yeah, I think I need the hit now. Like, the only other thing I could think is the Vera card. Wait till he asked. Yeah, I did ask. The letterbox? If you ask how can I go with it? Don't put letters in. You put letters in. It is the letterbox.
Take that!
I need some kind of confirmation. Only link between that studio and the outside world. Grandma did it! Oh no. I mean, from my understanding, we don't know if, we don't know if this guy had a significant other that's still alive, because we know of his daughter, but no one else. A letterbox! What did Mr. Russell just tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter. Yeah, I said that, and it was true. Furthermore, you went on to tell us that you put the letter in a yellow envelope and put it in the letter box. Ah! But that very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night, the yellow envelope disappeared.
Objection!
Yeah, no, so you don't see that public. The thing is, this is the remake of the game that came out like a couple weeks ago now. If I die, there is an option to just go, hey, yeah, just go back to the exact point you were at. It's not that big a deal. Oh man, Jenkins, that's done. Yeah, it's intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing. Huh? Yeah, it's a point, Mr. Justice. We're trying to figure out here is how the poison got into Mr. Misham. Really is important that his envelope, the one it says it saw disappear. Well, if it did disappear, then something did leave the studio that night. That seems very important to me. Very well then, the witness will add this to his testimony. Yeah, I got it. Still think this fails to change anything yet, Forehead? I won't be so sure. The letter disappeared from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for. Letter was put in the post from the studio, but I hardly think that matters. Not exactly. You see the green bar at the top right? I have one section left. If that hits 0 sections, game over.
Hold it!
I think it'd be more serious than an envelope disappearing from that studio. And you were hiding that fact from us. Yes, well, actually, I don't offer you the possibility the letter disappeared from that studio. But, Forehead, isn't there a much more serious question before us? Right, how Mr. Misham was poisoned. I know. Mr. Marshall's testimony has changed, which means the fact of the case has too. What he's told us means something entirely different now. Starting to think. Let's keep thinking, Apollo. Now I think I choose the letter.
Objection!
I'm doing this. If I lose, I lose. Your Honor, that same contradiction. It's false. That's 16 words. I don't know. See, yep, I lost. This video also links Max and hard. Good luck with that. That didn't go so well. Yeah, this is the game over, by the way, if you want to see it, I guess, just because it looks like you haven't. That's enough. Now there's no need to further prolong this trial. This case thinks it's innocent to overturn the prosecution's claims. Court finds the defendant fair, Miss Ham. And will surrender himself to the court's care to undergo a regular trial at the High Court within a month's time. Court is adjourned. Oh, we can see us right there. Yep. That's the game over. Anyway, we try from this scene. Yeah, I just have that option. Yellow. There's no way it was this. There's no way it could have been this. This bald man overruled the jury system. I was thinking that as well. Like, yeah. I'm assuming it's just because they don't want to make a new cutscene. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be. I just figured it was worth a shot. Unless there is none. Now there is definitely one. There's no way it's this. What could it be? I'm not gonna be able to put the letterbox there. In painting, no. Also, they rearranged our inventory. Yeah, I'm stuck here. I could use a hint, but I don't know if I should ask for one. I'm just gonna ask for the hint. False painting, maybe? I'll try the other painting as well, Meow, because I don't... This is the hidden painting, not the false one.
Objection!
Criminal and murderers. Yeah, I think so as well. Your Honor, no, it's not. It's not either of those. No, I do not. Envelope? I thought I did that, but okay. No. Yeah, I contradict the, contradicting everything. I'll try the other envelope. I don't think it's gonna be it.
Objection!
Objection! Objection! Objection! Yeah, no. What could this be? If it's specifically one of the paintings, I'm gonna be mad at that, but yeah. Let's just restart. I just want to get this guy off the stand, the pink one. Yeah, no, I tried the pink one. Okay, you're gonna say that? Alright, at least it's not a painting. Alright, no, we give you the coffee mug. They got taps here, but nah. It's not the tiny frame. Maybe it's not this at all.
Hold it!
You say clearly as though it were obvious. But this claim that the defendant poisoned the victim is merely conjecture. Well, you see, in my business, it's all about making the most ridiculous things sound right. I did the wrong voice or whatever. A bad habit, I know. Yeah, actually, I guess this is more a case of ridiculous journalist sounds wrong, end quote. I'm supposed to agree with you. Please refrain from the wild conjecture. Understood. Sound clear. Only I can believe that. Saying seems not so flawed. Well, that's kind of what you want from a testimony, really. It matters how and why Drew was killed, yeah. They reported the copy, that's not going to change, but if that copy didn't kill him, I need to find what did and prove it.
Hold it!
You're sure about that? Yeah. Well, to be really precise, I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time. Yeah, I think I might need to do the painting here. Alright, see you later, Infinity Monkey. Hopefully you'll enjoy and I'll see you later. Yeah, I already did this. Just stop poisoning there rather than coffee. No, I meant to, I could. It can't be proven. I meant the wrong one. This little foot is going up. Pity, but like the rash. Your little forehead best. Wait a second. I already know a letter might have left the studio that night. Couldn't that have been opened another path for poisoning? Situation's already changed. I just need to take advantage of it. Here the cards. Okay.
Hold it!
The judge, what do you say to this guy? Yeah, so just spam for this again because I've already seen it. Can't prove it. I thought that said can't at first. That's why I chose the wrong. Oh, hi, air guitar. Say what we need. Yeah, proof. Yep. Give me. Let me submit the proof. And Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof. What was it? I had to go back and do this. That's the first time something in a testimony has changed, and then you had to go back. I can prove on the disappearing envelope. I saw him writing a letter. I did. Well, it wasn't picked up by the mailman, I assume. To get over the stand, this guy. I would love to have him up back on the stand. Of course, his name's envelope had a stamp on it. A stamp. Ah! As we all know, stamps come with dried glue on the back. In order to use that glue, you have to wet it. by licking the stamp.
Objection!
No one worth talking to actually licks stamps in this day and age.
Objection!
Even if you want to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead after all.
Objection!
Okay, he licked the stamp. But what? How does that explain the action he saw on the rim of the coffee mug? Because it was on his mouth!
Objection!
It's like everything snagging who's holding it. If he licked the back of the poison stamp, poison would get on his tongue, yes? What would then happen if he put the coffee mug to his mouth, Those traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing. It was the other way around. What? The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Misham. Mr. Misham poisoned the coffee mug himself! Anybody know how word canon, to be honest? Hey, look, it's Emma! Emma is in this story. She was here earlier. Order! Oh, that doesn't... Does it? Recall, if you would... Acronym is a slow-acting poison, yes? Poison entered his body when he put his stamp on that envelope. But the time wasn't up until the very moment he touched his lips to that cup of joe. Something maybe, yeah. You have something to add, Mr. Bushel? Uh-oh, his nose is picking up another scent. As I believe I mentioned earlier. Well, that's the thing. See, after he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his dress drawer for something. Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp. End quote. But you know, I don't seem to remember him ever finding one. Maybe just run out. And then we searched the desk drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps, not a single one. That does pose a problem. I feel the stamp was coated with poison. Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. Makes proving the stamp he was used poison possible. Good show, good show. You can't even prove there was a stamp at the scene in the first place. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say anyway. Where's your evidence that proves the existence of the poison stamp? The tiny frame! We were so bitter that please do. You playing the back. I'm not sure what you mean with that. Mario, not monkey. Oh. He's Diego. Slightly confused what you mean by that, but sure. Well, it certainly is a cute little frame, and by little I mean really little. It's on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself. I noticed that too during my inspection. So what? Apparently, you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important. Missing something? Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. Adequine residue! What? Why wasn't I told about this? The frame is only 2 inches square. The base of the frame is even smaller. Maybe an inch at most. You aren't saying... Yes. Oh, but I am. Let me tell you. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? Judging the court sees... What do you say? Arrest him instantly! That's what the judge would say. A commemorative stamp, perhaps. Also, Russell needs to see an orthopedic, a chiropractor, because his neck should not be looking like that. Oh! The stamp was in the frame. Impossible. Prosecutor Gavin. Why you put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me he had it there so he could commit suicide the moment struck. You know, can I say something? I had a thought, see? What, Mr. Russell? And please stop getting around like that. Victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger forges friends, makes enemies too. End quote. The poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him.
Objection!
Oh, Rich. That's Rich. Leave the ridiculous flights of fancy to the Gavinier song lyrics, please. Finally, something we agree on. That was a murder weapon. Nonsense. Murder is a simple business. Who would go to such lengths? No one. Oh, I disagree. Come again? Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. Truman had a hid from the world. He avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail. The mail? Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew read letters, a stamp would be the perfect weapon. The cabinet isn't destroyed. I mean, I'm sure they've replaced it several times throughout the game. Ridiculous. Where's your proof? I want proof. Good evidence that poison stamp was into him as a murder weapon. Might not have evidence, per se, but things are finally starting to come together. What is it, Apollo? Your fists are trembling. I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Misham was killed. But fill us in, Mr. Justice. A certain piece of evidence points to truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Misham the stamp of death. The red envelope, is that it?
Take that!
Isn't this the envelope, the one from 7 years ago? Well, it's supposed to be so sort of that trial. You're not wrong. Especially with the Phoenix always like hitting his desk. Think about the text of the letter again. Pause the money. There are 2 pages in the envelope. This is page 1. And this is page 2. I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send it in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. Can I take that without a hint? But yeah, I mean, honestly, this case has been a little bit tough. They've been getting more difficult, and I'll give it that. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor. Ah! In other words, if we have the stamp, poison on the stamp, lick, gas! End quote, what is that sentence? Now, what if he had done exactly as the letter asked? He would sign the document, put it in the envelope, and put the stamp on it, right? Then he would put it in his letterbox. 15 minutes wouldn't have elapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. But if the clock started ticking and when the time came, he drew his last breath, and the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene, quite conveniently thanks to the postal system. Yeah. Still cooking sure this case is 6 hours in total. See, around 2 hours in. Oh, I'm almost 3 hours too. Wow. Such a splendid imagination you have, Air Forehead. Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So, this poison stamp was inside this envelope from 7 years ago. Yeah? Is that what you have us believe? Really? Well, it's a little bit of a stretch, but there's a possibility. A very small possibility. How small, I wonder. Poison stamp in this envelope. A stamp that then became the murder weapon. How do you intend to prove this seeming coincidence? Well, it was 7 years ago, and we don't even know who's in that letter. And your answer is silence. I see. Very well, I move too. Not nice to pick on the fraudulent cavalier. Is it his brother? Hey! Oh. Emma! Wrong character. I don't know why I was excited to see him. He killed someone. Well, like my pissed off Gavin impression, did I sound like him? Yeah. Don't quit your day job. You have a crime scene to be looking after, fraudulent detective. Someone had to come dig you out of the mess you're making in this case. Gotta play Benny the Dark Revival or just play FNAF. I want to play Benny the Ink Machine first before Dark Revival. I'd probably give FNAF a shot first. You snackadoos. That's probably better than Brushel. I mean, now I'm saying your hair is a type of brush. I don't know. Let's move on. Someone had to come together. Mess? You know, none of this would have happened if you just trusted in science a little more. Paul's girlfriend has entered the chat. Find out if that stamp was in that envelope. Easy. Oh, so you shipped them. Got it, Aiden. Can you explain yourself, fraudulent detective? Hear me all you want, but science is on my side. It's all in the residue, right? That's right. The poison detection spray. Spray the inside of the envelope. Produce the red envelope at once. You can open it on there. Oh, they already have the core. Spray, 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 spray. Come on, spray, spray. Where is it? You don't ship them? Oh. You just said there that it was his girlfriend. That's why I assumed that. First, they aren't canon. Not sure exactly what you mean by that, but sure. Well, would you look at that? No mistaking it. That's Attic Queen residue. I don't believe it! Meta weapon from the past! Now, 7 years later, it was this thing's at last. Absolutely outrageous! Tell me why. Why didn't this murder take place 7 years ago? Well, there's one possibility. Maybe Mr. Mission figured it out. Figured what out? He realized that the person who sent that letter wanted him dead, so he sent his reply with a different stamp. And put it as a size of evidence in a frame. You're still here? Can I make a statement here on the record? I strike Razortooth, but your middle name is Razortooth? You know what? That makes a little bit of sense. Claim the scoop is mine! Get out of here. Two men killed in cold blood. I sent her a 7-year-old letter, end quote. No, maybe something more succulent. Star falls after 7 year delay, end quote. Leave. Just leave! So, yeah. The point was possible, yeah. Hold on, I think no room for further argument here. Though I admit, this is all coming as quite a shock. Think the murder weapon reaches month after 7 years. Can't be taken straight to the afterlife. End quote. Oh, I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge. Thought we sent to the Shadow Realm. He's an attorney. I know. I don't know how long it's gonna last. There's no reason for a further debate on this matter. Send her that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant. Apollo? I think we just won. Wait, is this really going to be the final episode of the series? There, well, the squad finds the defendant. Objection! There's no way it's over. This would be the shortest one yet. Is this the future of our legal system? Prosecutor Gavin? Tickets to the afterlife from 7 years ago. Tickets from our Gavin here show are invalid after 2 weeks. But that doesn't make sense any other way. 1, 2, 3. I'd probably start with the first one. And I do have access to VR stuff. On top of that, I'm not gonna get I'm not gonna specifically get a VR headset for my PlayStation. Doesn't make sense either way. Oh, never mind. So many people haven't noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction in our forehead's claim. Contradiction? Poison stamp was placed in the envelope 7 years ago. Whereupon it was framed until now. If that's the case, why would Drew Mitchell have done what he did? Emma explained that. He must have realized it was poison. Goes over my... I know, that's why I was surprised that the judge was about to end it. Therein lies the rub. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Mitchell sensed a trap and put the stamp in a frame. Do not debate this, but this begs the question. Why 7 years later did he use that stamp on the night of the murder? Surely you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot? I mean, I was implying that. Put the murder weapon in a frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot. People get old. You expect to believe they sprang the trap on himself? He's out of all of them? Yeah, and I've never played a FNAF game. Well, I admit, this is all quite shocking myself. It does seem highly unlikely that he would fall foul of a trap. I'd have been sitting on this for 7 years. What if he was told not to open it until recently? I will do the entire trilogy eventually, but I'm going to count them all as 3 separate series, if that makes sense. Just because I think it'd be easiest that way. So I'm going to take a break in between every part of the trilogy. Apollo! I don't think we're winning anymore. I'm glad to see we're all back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you.
Objection!
Okay, then how do you explain the poison stamp that was in this envelope? Poison stamp? What exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought it to the court for us? I see no proof that such a thing ever existed.
Objection!
What about the adequate residue, huh? Oh, I agree. That does seem to be adequate residue. But that forehead, it's certainly no stamp. Yeah, but your precious poison stamp did exist. Drew Mission never would have used it. That is all. Why did he still have the stand? I believe we come to a conclusion again. Apollo, we're wrong. Were we wrong the whole time? I can't believe it. Poison traces match up. It can't be coincidence. I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year. Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor? Let's read the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, True Mission received a red envelope. There were traces of poison acting on the document inside that envelope. Similar traces also found at the crime scene. On the tiny picture frame, it indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope. An envelope that left the scene of the crime with the poison stamp on it. Yes, but even if this envelope contained a poison stamp, and Drew Mission, knowing this, put it in a frame, he never would have used that stamp. I'm afraid you're right. Which means there's a fatal flaw in the defense's case. I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time, I'm sure of it. Traces of Adequine, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Misham's mysterious death. They're all connected somehow. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us? The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. It seems that the logical outcome of the evidence makes no sense, which means that one of our clues must be a fake. Fake clue. Fascinating. And we find this fake, well, fantasies will prove quite reasonable, yeah. Fake clue was thrown us off in the poison trail is none other than... Remember sometimes everything you know to this point? I know. The thing is, I think it was the red envelope. Because I think it would have had to been opened recently. This red envelope is a fake? Without a doubt, Your Honor.
Objection!
Oh, you look? I don't think I brought up your age, but sure. Wasn't you present this evidence to the court? Oh, hold on a sec, Apollo. The poison on that envelope, the frame, and the coffee mug, they're all connected somehow. Oh, right. Can't hear it all. I hear already. Looks like the fake was you, Air Forehead. No time for wallowing in self-pity. Let's get thinking, Apollo. Okay, so we have infinite tries. True Missilin. Out of the frame. The victim was a fake. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'll explain. You have an envelope, a frame, and a mug. Linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself.
Objection!
Congratulations. You completely lost me. Fake evidence is none other than the master of fake himself, the Forager. That makes a good story, I'll give you that. The fake clue. Fakes. Forgeries. Ah. I know that face. That's just, I had an idea face. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake? Get him again. 7 years ago, our forger sniffed a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles into that very same trap and dies. Why? That's what I want to know. Because the forger who was killed was a fake. What? Here we are again. Victim was a fake. One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's two forgers, and one of them was a fake. Why is this music playing? Oh, so you're telling us that Drew Mission, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was the fake, who was the real forger? You better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo. Oh, I think I get it. I'm afraid you're gonna have to back up the story. Mr. Justice, show us just who the real Drew Mission was. Drew Mission wasn't the real forger. There's only one other person it could have been. Understood, Your Honor. Forger Drew Mission was himself a forgery. Real forger was... Oh, there's no way it's gonna be this.
Take that!
Yeah. I actually have the music you're referring to there in on an actual music playlist I have, so yeah. The one explanation really. The real identity of the forager known as Drew Misham is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham. Order! Mr. Justice, this is gonna on a limb even for you! Kinda agree, I mean, Vera a forger? Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. Prefer cornered? I don't remember the names, but I know what you're referring to. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery's been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in the trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forager. Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense. One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger studio. Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If you know that Drew Misham wasn't the forager, that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well? Hey, he's doing the air guitar, so that means he knows something. Fascinating. Hi! Vera Misham! I'm paying attention to the trial so far. Let's just ask her and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forager Drew Misham? She's gonna pass out, isn't she? Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes in the prosecutor Gavin's face. Not used to being stared at by fraudulence, believe me. But they usually talk to me too. Charles Corner? Was he gonna... Alright, gotcha. Were you one of the who forged those works of art? Yes. So the forger Drew Misham was you? Just use the same smiley face. Yes, it was me. What is that? What? Wasn't upward, it wasn't coming down. Had a break for a 10-minute recess. Alright, and with that 10-minute recess, I am going to be ending this stream for the day, as I do have college tomorrow. So, no stream tomorrow because like I just said, I'll be at college all day. So until then, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye!